Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and today I'm up in the studio, and I got some time to kill. I'm all done out in the machine shop, and I've got three stories I want to tell you, so just sit back and listen. Somebody asked me for a trike update. Okay. I'm in the process of building an electric trike. I've got the main frame and everything. It used to be electric, but I burned the computer up. I burned the computer up because I got into some water, and this is a long story. Hang in there. I got into some water, and while I was charging it, burned up the charger. I got a new charger off of eBay, exactly like the old one, except that it was wired backwards. The polarity was backwards, so I plugged it in. It charged the batteries backwards, and when I flipped the switch, it sent the reverse polarity up to the computer and burned up the computer. Ruined the batteries in the computer. Okay, that's one. So I've been looking for a long time for a computer controller, motor controller, for my brushless 1000-watt hub, 48 volt. And I finally found a place that seemed to have one. It said it would only work with 3-phase, 5 Hall's effect sensors, and that's what mine is. But it had the 3 connectors that go up to the throttle, and it had like another half dozen connectors. It's really a crapshoot buying it because I didn't know whether it would run with those other connectors not hooked to anything. It had regenerative braking and a security thing and auxiliary, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so I took a chance on it and ordered it. Well, it came from China. It was coming from China and had a 2-month shipping window. Long story short, 2 months went by. No, they didn't ship it. So I filed a non-delivery with eBay. They're real good about that. And eBay window came right up and said, notify the seller that item wasn't shipped, item wasn't delivered. So I emailed them and told them that I didn't receive my 48 volt, 1000-watt motor controller, brushless motor controller. And he emailed me back and said that he checked, and the postman said that it might be stuck at the post office. Okay, now when he said stuck at the post office, that's the post office in China, not in Korea. And he wanted to know if he could send me another one with a 2-month shipping period. I think the whole idea on this, I don't even think he had any. I think he was just doing this and figuring in 2 months people would forget they even ordered it, and that would be the end of it, and he'd just keep the money. Well, I said, no, I'd like a full refund, and I did get a full refund because if I didn't, I was going to leave him bad feedback, and that would really have a big effect on his business. So I don't have a computer. Okay, and that's the end of that story. That controller has like 15 connectors on it, and you don't know when you get it. If it doesn't work, there's like 5 extra connectors. You don't know they have to be connected for it to work or whether they have to be unconnected. It's just too much of a crapshoot. And as far as finding one exactly like the one I had, that's not going to happen. And even that had extra wires on it. So it's just, it's real questionable to whether you can even get the correct one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait till this matures to the point where they perfect them more and they have like 2-3 connectors on them, simplify them a little bit, because this is early technology. So I'll just wait and then just buy a whole new unit. It's like $250. So I give up on that. Okay, that's story 1. Pickup cap. Ordered it October 3rd. Said it would be 2 to 3 weeks. 3 weeks went by. They called me up and said, we're having some real problems with the supplier from that cap in Pennsylvania, and we've dropped that supplier. They shipped some, but they didn't ship your cap. So what we're going to do is, if it's okay with you, we have another supplier in Pennsylvania, and we're going to put in another order for the same cap with a different supplier, and we should have it in 2 to 3 weeks. Well, what am I going to do? I said, I already paid for it. So, okay. So, 3 weeks went by, 4 weeks went by, actually, close to 5. And I called them up and they said, oh, it should be here next Wednesday, which would be a week away. So I waited a week. It didn't show up. No call. Waited another 3 days. No call. Following Monday, I called him back and said, you told me that it would be here the day before Thanksgiving or the day after Thanksgiving. And it never showed up. Well, let me call them and find out what's going on. So I waited 2 or 3 hours and they never called. I called them back. Yeah, I've called them twice and left voicemail, and there doesn't seem to be anybody there right now. Let me call you back. And they didn't. And I finally called them back again a couple hours and said, yeah, they got all built, which is what he told me last time. He had it all built, be the day before Thanksgiving, the day after. This time he said, oh, they've got it all built, and they're going to load them Friday. They don't drive on the weekend. Really? A trucking company that doesn't drive on the weekend. That's rather unusual. So they should be here, let's leave Monday, be here Tuesday or Wednesday. Another week. So this Wednesday, if by noontime, if they don't call me up, I'm going to call them up and ask for a complete and total refund of everything. Just start over again. There's another place that sells them, and I was told that it's a better place, and I'll just have to go there and put an order in and wait 3 weeks again. Yeah. Okay, that's 2 stories. Third story. I have had over the years, I think, 6 iPads. Right now, I have 2, Beth has 2, and Sue has 1. And all 3 of us have Beth and I have iPod Touches, and Sue has a regular iPod. Okay. The battery life on Beth's iPad Air 2 is about 10 hours. Mine is only 4. That's probably because I used it to shoot videos, and when I was rendering the videos, it would actually get hot. It was so hard on the battery. So it's probably my fault. But that aside, the warranty was getting ready to run out, so I contacted Apple and told them that my iPad Air 2 had a very short battery life of only 4 hours. And they sent me back, I want to know a lot of stuff. You know, what I was using it for, what I had here, what I had there. I answered everything, sent it back to them. Finally ended up calling them. I was getting nowhere. And I got a lady from India with an India accent. I could hardly understand. And she said, oh, yeah, that's completely normal. So I said, let me get this straight. So in 1 year, for the battery to lose 60% of its runtime is completely normal. Yep, completely normal. They do that. Okay, she offered to sell me a battery kit where I could install it myself. I don't think so. Or for $79, they put a battery in it. So I said, does that $79 include everything, shipping and everything? Let me check with my supervisor. So she comes back from her supervisor and she says, I just checked with my supervisor and he says, no charge, just send it to us. Okay, so I said, so how do you want me to send it to you? Oh, just put it in a box and drop it in a FedEx drop box anywhere, no problem. Really? So I said, no, you schedule a pickup for me with FedEx. No, can do. So I had them send me a box. They did send me a box, Apple, with a label on it, and you tear the label off, and the shipping label's underneath, and there's a number you call, and you call FedEx and schedule a pickup. I did. FedEx came when they said they would, picked it up, took it to Apple. 3 days later, I get an email from Apple saying that they have done a thorough check of my iPad, and it passed everything. Nothing wrong with it. It's fine. It meets all their parameters. Okay, well, so it's only got 40% of the battery left, and evidently their parameters think that's whatever their parameters are. If you've got 40% battery left, or even 30%, it even turns on, I guess, and I think, yeah, she's good. So I emailed them back and told them, okay, I don't care whether it passed or not, and I don't care if I have to pay for it, but I want a new battery. Well, after 2 or 3 emails, I realized from the answers I was getting back that I wasn't emailing back and forth to a person. I was emailing a computer, and the computer was just throwing back from an algorithm thing, and you might just well have been talking to a piece of sheetrock. And you got nowhere. Finally got an email saying they were shipping it back to me. Never mentioned the battery, never ever mentioned the battery. Never mentioned battery life or anything. They just kept saying, we've given it a thorough test and it has passed. It's passed everything. Never mentioned the short battery life, never mentioned the battery, never mentioned replacing the battery. When I asked for a new battery, never said nothing. Computer. So it's on its way back to me. And you probably guess what I'm going to do when I get it back. Yeah. So that's been my day. I hope you had a good day. Actually, I spent the entire day out in the factory building stuff. The whole day. Yeah, I'm beat. But I got all kinds of beer can rings. I'm Tinny from Mini Bull Design. Try to have a really great day and try to have some fun today. You deserve it. Bye-bye.